We are going to explore the stages and the processes that Sydney Water employs to treat waterways. This is absolutely crucial to eliminate contaminants that may be present. The sources of contaminants referenced by waterepa.gov say that the origins of sediment contamination can be divided into point and non-point sources of pollution. Point source pollution comes from a specific identifiable source, such as a pipe. Non-point source pollution cannot be traced into a specific spot. Point sources include municipal sewage treatment plants, overflows from combined sanitary and storm sewers, stormwater discharges from municipal and industrial facilities, and waste discharges from industry. Non-point sources include stormwater runoff from hazardous and solid waste water sites, runoff from croplands, livestock pens, mining, and manufacturing operations and storage sites. There are 7 main steps that Sydney Water takes to sanitise and filter water, information taken from Sydney Water and Hunter Valley Water. The first step is the filtration of the water, which comes from a dam or river flows or is pumped into the water filtration plant through pipes. The second is the water that goes through the screens to remove things like leaves or twigs. 3. Flocculation. Chemicals are added to make very small particles clump together. These particles are called floc. 4. Water goes through the filter beds, often made of sand, where the floc is caught and clear water filters out. 5. Disinfection. Chlorine is added, and sometimes ammonia, to destroy microorganisms that could cause illnesses. 6. Other chemicals like lime, carbon dioxide, sodium hydroxide, and sulfuric acid may be added in small amounts to improve the safety, pH, and taste of water. 7. Fluoridation. Fluoride is added as required by New South Wales law to prevent tooth decay. A more detailed description of the 7 steps are followed below. Information from Sydney Water and Hunter Valley Water. Filtration. Water flows through a filter designed to remove particles in the water. The filters are made of layers of sand and gravel, and in some cases, crushed coal. Filtration collects the suspended impurities in the water and enhances the effectiveness of the disinfection. The filters are routinely cleaned by backwashing. This step aims to achieve filtration on large levels as to make flocculation easier. Flocculation. Chemicals are added so that the remaining particles join together into larger masses. Floc. The main coagulant used is ferric chloride. Small amounts of polyelectrolyte, a long chain of polymers, are also used as a secondary coagulant. This aids the filtering process. The water passes through filters that include either sand or layers of sand and anthracite, crushed coal. These filters trap the floc and separate it from the filtered water. This is used to get rid of much smaller contaminants on a larger level than filtration can achieve. Disinfection. Water is disinfected before it enters the distribution system to ensure any disease-causing bacteria, viruses, and parasites are destroyed, and help them stop reforming while the water is in the distribution pipes. Chlorine is used because it's a very effective disinfectant, and residual concentrations can be maintained to guard against possible biological contamination in the water distribution system. If water needs to travel a long distance in the pipes, ammonia may also be added. Fluoridation. Fluoride is added to the water under the direction of the New South Wales Health, Fluoridation and Public Water Supplies Act 1957 to help prevent tooth decay. Drinking water must contain 1 milligram of fluoride of each litre of water. The testing and monitoring of Sydney Water is very effective as there rarely ever any waterborne disease breakout. They keep their treatment plants so effective by testing the water 6 days a week. In these days, they test for Giardia and Cytosporidium within 3 times that day. They also test for things such as colour, chlorine, chloroform bacteria, hardness, ammonia nitrates and nitrites, algae, blue ngari algae, pesticides, herbicides, and metals such as iron, manganese, aluminium, copper, chromium, lead, and zinc. This constant monitoring is highly important as any pollutant in the water can cause major outbreaks of viruses, diseases, and sicknesses.